Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We're back today with another home gym video. In today's video, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about training stuff, do a little bit of a training update, and specifically talk about my time with Juggernaut AI, and I messed around a little bit with the Renaissance periodization app. That's I think it's just RP Strength app. So I think one of the more popular ones, definitely the Jug AI. Now, Jug AI, I think a lot of people have switched to Evolve. From what I understand, they're both the exact same. It's just, I don't know, depending which creator you want to support behind them, either Chad Wesley Smith or Garrett Blevins. I think Evolve is doing some more things now, but I've had my experience with Jug AI, so that's what I'm going to talk about, but they're pretty similar. And they actually look the exact same, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, so for the last almost year, probably 8 or 9 months or so, I've been running Juggernaut AI. And I have nothing but positive things to say about it. It was really a great program. The app, as far as, automated workout apps goes, I would say this is probably the best one. And they've actually added some updates to it recently because I've just restarted a new program today. But I really like how everything on the Juggernaut AI is broken down into blocks. So you set the time from your meet or whatever you have for your goal, and then it'll set up the blocks for you. So it'll be starting off, you'll do, depending on your previous training, you'll do a bridge block, hypertrophy block, strength block, and then a peaking block. If you're doing powerlifting, I don't know about the other ones because I haven't used those. I am going to try out the power building one because I got to shed a little bit of the winter weight from 3 years ago. But anyways, but yeah, so I really like that structure. I like that format. I find it's just nice and it's organized. And I have a lot of experience running like a lot of the cookie cutter stuff, the 531s, the Chico apps. I did a lot of the Kaizen training stuff, which in terms of cookie cutter programs, I think the Chico and the Kaizen things are the way to go. Kaizen you got to pay for, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, so obviously this is kind of a step above that, right? So you're paying a high price for it. It's about $50 a month Canadian, and you don't get an actual coach, right? You just get automated programs. So, but I find for that price range, to get a coach, they're gonna, check in once in a while and ask if you want them to change anything. It's not really gonna be that worthwhile, depending on who you go with. But I find for the automated stuff, it just works really well. Because it'll ask you, you'll do a daily check-in. How are you feeling? If you feel like shit, put it down and it'll ease up the workout for you. If you feel great halfway through the workout, it might add in an extra set for you every now and then. So it's nice. It just takes the thinking out of the program. Like, for me, I like programming and I find it interesting, but I don't like doing it kind of day to day or week to week. Like, I don't mind writing out a plan. It's kind of fun. But, the day to day, especially weekdays, it's like you're in a rush and I just want to be given the thing and go. Just one less thing to worry about, and just get after it. So I really like the program for that. I like it's got like a clean user interface. It's fairly straightforward, easy to use. I would say it does an okay job of selecting the weights. That would probably be my one gripe about it, is after 8 months of training, it still doesn't select deadlift weights for me. I'm still getting RPEs for some reason. So, if you've ever had a program or a coach that just sends you out RPE, like do sets of 5 to 8 and RPE 6 to 7, it's like, okay, like do general volume is what I'm getting from that. Like, that's not telling me to do anything. It's okay to start out like that and then build off of it and then get the actual numbers. But for whatever reason, it might be my inputs might be off on it, I guess. But yeah, that's one thing that I don't like about it, because that's the whole idea is, tell me the numbers, build on it from there. But for bench and for squat, they've been bang on. And the cool thing is, like right now, I just took, I don't know, 6 weeks off from my last time I used this app. That's when I was using the RP app that I'll talk about in a second. But my first workout back, I expected the numbers to be a little bit wonky because my last squat was all-time PR, right? I got 440. And then today I was supposed to do, it was like 26 reps total. And, for me going into it, I'd be like, well, I don't know, I did 440. So, anywhere between the 250 to 300 range is probably a safe bet for that. And it put me at 265 and it honestly felt great. It felt like enough work. Not too much where I was, lifting heavy, but enough to get the blood flowing and to feel good and to get back into the squat form. So I like the weight selection when it actually selects the weights. It does a good job of that. So yeah. Yeah, so that's Jug AI, just kind of in a nutshell. I really like it, and if you want something kind of in between, better than a cookie cutter, not quite as good as an actual, personal coach, I think this is a great in between for just, home gym, kind of powerlifting, general training, or like I said, I haven't done the bodybuilding kind of apps. I'm playing a little bit more around with that now, more volume, more hypertrophy stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, good thoughts overall. Now, the Renaissance one. So this is Mike Israetel's, well, not company, but he's the famous guy. It's the company he works for, I guess. And it's pretty cool. I've always liked his stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. He's probably one of the most popular, fitness YouTubers at the moment. Or right up there anyways. I don't know, aside from like I don't even know what the guy's name is. The bodybuilding guys like C-Bum or whatever. I don't really watch fitness on YouTube anymore. I find it kind of boring. I like the home gym stuff though. So anyways, so yeah, I tried out this app. Now this one's different. This is not really an apples to apples comparison. This is like kind of, I think to use the RP app, you have to have a pretty solid understanding of mesocycles and, periodization and how to program and training. And, you have to have like, it's more advanced, I think. Like for me, it didn't really make sense to be using, I found, because I was, I wasn't really using it to the best of my abilities, I guess, because I wasn't able to lay out my own mesocycles. Like I like doing it the way I was doing with Jug AI, where it's like, okay, here's my stats, go, punch it in for me. So it's cool. It's also still in beta, so I mean that means it's not fully released yet. It's not fully functional. The layout is okay. It's not on an app yet. It's on a website, so that's kind of clunky. But the actual training was good. I did enjoy the training, like the exercises that it picked for me, and the sets and rep ranges. I did really enjoy, that stuff. So I think it's good if you want to switch it up. It's also, I think it's more expensive than the Jug or Evolve apps, and it's not fully finished yet. So it's something to definitely look out for, especially if you prefer more like bodybuilding stuff. I think in terms of straight like bodybuilding, that's probably going to be the go-to app if that's the kind of training that you're into. But yeah, if you guys have different apps or experiences with different training programs or whatever, let me know what you like to use, or just let me know what you use, or if you do your own or you have a coach or whatever, throw that down below in the comments. I've done a few different coaches before, and maybe one day I'll talk about that, but honestly, my experiences with all of them pretty abysmal, so I don't know if I want to just go ahead and start flaming people. Maybe I might get some views, but either way, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. See you next one. Check it out. Bye.